We know since World War II, there has been a decline of feminine energy. We know that in America, women entered the job force and everything changed in regards to the value of family and community, which is what is actually female power, not replicating men's behavior, masculine energy, and personality type. This started the creation of what is considered the Amazonian woman. My name is Asha Sekhmet, and I am a Tantra practitioner. I am an oracle, and I particularly do work in my purpose in building a sovereign community of like-minded souls. And we practice polygamy and tribalism and sovereignty. So I just want to talk today about women's femininity, and especially if you are a woman who looks like me. Right. So I just want to frame this from the stance of today, we are so far removed of what feminine energy actually is. It is an energy. So when you are born as a biological female human, 80% of your DNA is feminine energy. This is a universal principle that is a part of the universe, right? So if we kind of just focus on that, then that can help us now align to, well, what is it like to truly express feminine energy as a melanated woman, an indigenous woman, and definitely if you are a Black woman, because we have the highest melanin content on planet Earth. So we have the greatest capacity to express this feminine energy that's there, right? So let's talk about, so the Amazon woman, this is what I learned in my initiations, right? One could say that I was born an Amazon woman, because an Amazon woman is just the daughters of the feminists. So we understand that there was a wave that came through, right? And ultimately, we have to look at what is truly feminine. Femininity is not a woman holding a wine glass with a mini skirt and putting her heels on and is too up. A woman that looks like that and posts a picture, she could have very masculine, overly yang energy. She could have adopted male-like personality traits. That's not what makes a woman feminine. It is her energy. A woman could be wearing pants and not necessarily be all into the superficialness concepts of what femininity could perceive to look like and be very much feminine. And that's where a lot of we sisters find themselves in, right? So femininity is authenticity. It's organic. The more organic you are, that is what true feminine energy is and beauty is. We have to look at, where all this negative accumulation of energy comes from that is in the quote unquote health and beauty and fashion industry that sells to modern women low self-esteem, insecurities, subconscious negative thoughts about yourself, right? These are psychologists in these rooms marketing to your low self-esteem, right? Keeping you in your consciousness outwardly. Your beauty starts inward, right? Beauty, again, feminine energy and beauty is organic. The most organic, authentic version of you is what is actually beautiful. So if we're talking about for Black women, we have to really make sure that we're keeping our awareness in that, right? Because everything constantly wants to keep us outside of our own godhood, right? So I am God, right? So that means that when I look in the mirror, the way I was born, my natural state, my most authentic, organic state is the most beautiful thing, because that is the closest thing that is what is a representation of the Creator. So I am made in the image of the Most High, right? So there's beauty, right? The Most High didn't make a mistake on my hair, right? It didn't make a mistake on anything about me. So it goes back to those principles. So think about a tree, right? A tree that grows out of the ground and it just does what it's supposed to do. The blueprint of what the tree is supposed to do and be like is already ingrained in it when it comes into creation. It just does what it's supposed to do. There's no synthetic to it. That's how we should approach it, right? If we're consider ourselves as Black American women, we are our most beautiful selves when we are our most organic state. That is what femininity is. It is not materialism. It is you being your most authentic self. And that is authenticity in personality, authenticity in looks, authenticity in relationships. And then the most important, now that is the basics, right? We're going to just the basics. Now let's get to the fundamentals though. The fundamentals is to really restore your femininity, you have to have a love for men. You have to be able to recognize and acknowledge the value that men brings in society. And most importantly, you have to have an acknowledgement and love for men who look like you. So if you are what you would consider a Black American woman, that means that there is a love and admiration that you have for Black men, and that is what makes you feminine. Anything that is outside of that will put you in overly yang energy. Feminine energy is suppressed, and the quality of your life will reflect that. Your orgasmic state will reflect that, right? Pain is the choice. It's a choice to be anti-orgasmic, right? So going back to natural, nature, organic, the way we come out the womb, that is what actually contributes to your beauty. And I'm just here as a testament in my journey. Over my 20s, that's all I had focused on. I focused on family, community, learning how to be a wife to a Black man and loving Black men and going through that journey so that I can restore my feminine energy. That is what would make a woman feminine, is her contribution to community constructing. If you are operating as an individual, then you fall into the Amazonian woman, overly yang, not beauty, right? Okay, so just to end out, I want to say that I do work with sisters, and of course, as my purpose is to be an example, right, of the femininity, and I do one-on-one femininity coaching, which really is a prerequisite for where we really want to go, which is full womanhood development. So full womanhood development includes my life system to help you restore your natal feminine archetypes. You can learn more about this and book sessions with me at www.ashasekhmet.com.